What's up guys, Peter here from Reviews on Anything, and today we're talking about computer safety. Now there is quite a few scenarios imaginable where you leave your computer alone for a few minutes, whether it's working in a Starbucks, going for a quick bathroom break, or working in an office environment where you have a meeting and just leave your computer sitting there. And obviously at that point your computer is vulnerable for data theft. This could be anything from reading your emails to a worst case scenario when you store your credit card data on your computer. And it only takes a few seconds for somebody that knows what he's doing to access all that data. Now there is solutions out there with passwords or locks, screens or anything, but they get complicated pretty quickly and it's altogether not a very streamlined solution. Luckily there's this. This is the Gatekeeper from Untethered Labs, and it is a physical key that you carry on your person that recognizes when you're too far away from your computer and then locks it, but also recognizes when you come back and then unlocks it for you. So it's altogether a very hands-off, streamlined solution. And it just provides a little bit of extra safety for your information that you might have on your computer. So we're going to take a closer look, see what you get in the box, see how it actually works, and obviously test it out in real life to see if this is as smooth as they say it is and if it's actually worth considering for you to buy. Alright, so here we are with the box of the Gatekeeper from Untethered Labs. Even though the front already gives away what is inside, let's have a look anyway. This is the unit itself, which is nice and small as you can see. Strangely enough, you can't really get it out manually, so we'll use the knife here. You can see that it is super small and super thin, and not to mention super light, so it's really something that you hardly notice that you have on you. With a little ring here, you'll clip it onto a keychain, maybe your access card at work, or anything that you have on your person at all times. You could even clip this to your mobile phone case or anything. And this is what controls the proximity to your computer and when it locks and unlocks. Nothing really to see here. There's a battery compartment that goes inside, Gatekeeper here, and a little button. Then the rest of the box contains a clip to connect it to the keychain, lanyard, whatever you want to call it. There's a USB port obviously that goes into your computer that works in tandem with this, and the battery that powers this little thing. So that's what you get in the box, quite self-explanatory I think. There's also a quick start guide that I already took out, but also the process of installing this is pretty straightforward. Alright, conclusion time. What do we make of the Gatekeeper in all its tininess? You might notice that I don't show you how it works. There's really nothing to see there. The computer is on, you walk away, it locks, you walk back and it unlocks. So not really exciting for video, but it works really smooth. So that is definitely 10 points right there. It does exactly as promised, which is great. Now there are a few things to note about this product. First of all, the Bluetooth unit. Yes, it's small and yes, it's tiny, but it takes up a USB port, which might not be an issue if you're at home and you have 25 ports available anyway. But in a work situation where you only have a few ports available, that might be an issue. Not to mention that computers these days are moving towards USB-C. So for example, the new MacBook has no USB port. So then you're going to have to plug it into a hub and then the hub into your computer. That might get complicated at some point. So still the physical Bluetooth unit, I understand why it's necessary, but it's not optimal. That said, if you have plenty of ports, especially maybe in an office situation where you just plug it in once and all is well, then it's out of the way and all is okay. Second thing is that I really like the form factor of it. It is a small device that you can hang on your keychain, on an access card, wherever you want to. Especially in an office environment that is super easy and it really functions well. The third point I think is, which is really interesting, is the range. This makes you really aware on how far or how close you are to your computer. You can set the range from roughly 1 to 10 meters and give or take the environment. If you're 3 concrete walls away, then it might not work optimally, of course. But it really makes you aware of how far away from your computer you walk. You can imagine when you have an office next door to somebody else and you walk to that office for a 1-hour meeting, but that office is only 3 meters away and you haven't set your range properly, then your computer will not be locked like you would, and still your computer is unattended for an hour. When you have the software downloaded, it's super easy. You can set your range with a slider, but it is something that you probably have to come back to once or twice in order to make sure that you have the correct range set for you. All in all though, I think this is actually a very great solution, especially when you look at the enterprise solutions they have, for example, in a hospital where multiple people use the same computer. You can set it up in such a way that you can have 10 people access the same computer. For example, a hospital or maybe a coffee shop or a bar where everybody needs to access the register. This is a really good solution. I really like the fact that you have a physical thing on you that you can carry around, and you can set it in such a way that you don't have to mess around with passwords. Because obviously the main selling point of this is speed and efficiency. You know, you're at your computer and it unlocks right away. You don't have to sit down and remember a 25-character password to type it in. That takes way too much time. This is super easy and super fast thanks to the physical connection that you have. I like it a lot. I think it's a good solution for people that are, you know, have sensitive information on their computer. But I think in general it's something that everybody should consider. Looking at all the amount of data that we have on our computers these days, you can't be safe enough, and identity theft and credit card theft is so easy these days. And why not? You know, it's a small thing that is a one-time installment that you have around on your person all the time, just for that little bit of extra safety. Thank you, Gatekeeper, for providing us with the review unit. We enjoyed testing this and we really think this is a cool solution. Definitely check out what Gatekeeper has to offer for you guys. I'll put the link somewhere here below. Please subscribe to the channel as well, that helps us out a lot. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!